Welcome to the 2018 Girls Development Academy Spring Showcase. And our first game features the North Carolina Courage out of Raleigh, North Carolina, taking on Oakwood Soccer Club out of Glastonbury, Connecticut. It is a cold, wet, and rainy day in Greensboro, North Carolina, but just like any other day, it is a gorgeous day for soccer. As Oakwood will be attacking from left to right, they're in their all-blue kit with white strip. Well, the North Carolina Courage is in their all-white kit with blue numbers. As we are getting set for kickoff here at McPherson Stadium at the Bryan Soccer Complex here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Your referees for this morning's game, the center referee is Lauren Dearman out of Western New York. Your assistant referee number 1 is Bennett Savage out of Arizona. Your AR2 is Ishan Bariki out of North Carolina. And coming all the way from Cal South is your 4th official, Alfredo Sandoval. As we are underway for this matchup between the Southeast Division and Northeast Division here at the U-15 level to kick off these showcase games on the second day of this 2018 Spring Showcase in the first ever season of the Girls Development Academy. Referee Lauren Dearman checks her watch. It'll be the North Carolina Courage to get us underway. 3 games for each of these teams at the showcase. And North Carolina looking to possess. The Courage, of course, the Development Academy for the NWSL team. Started their season 2-0. We're also the NWSL Shield winners last year and lost in the final. They're building excellent things here in North Carolina, and they're looking to attack right away. Tigerish work in midfield, and it's won back by the Courage. O'Malley wanted it down this left-hand side. Instead, it's going to go back. O'Malley, an attacking fullback, still looking for it, and now she'll get it via the throw-in. Michaela Virgin looking to turn, but it's stolen away. Courage win it back. This is O'Malley. Little touch forward. Boudet dispossessed. And it's the first opportunity for Oakwood to attack. One right back in the midfield. Laid out to the far side, and a good job coming over to defend was Kate Menudis. And a free kick called. So a chance for the Courage to pump this one into the box here in the 2nd minute. Six players getting ready to attack the box in white. As you take a look at the foul here, and just coming in a bit late. A great job to get that ball off. And so it will be a free kick from a dangerous position. Ansbro will tease this one into the mix. It's deep, it's a header, and it's almost the opening goal. Just unable to direct it goalwards, otherwise that would have been 1-0 to the Courage. And so far the Courage dictating this game in the first 2+ minutes. They've created the first chance via the set piece. And O'Malley gets it back. Salas. Leaves it off for Sarah Arnold. Arnold being chased, but she's able to get it off out wide. It's a good turn. It's a North Carolina team that likes to look for numbers advantage in midfield. However, it's a one-woman show. It's a great run down the far side, and it's the first corner kick of the game for the North Carolina Courage. So a great run from Ansbro. And now an opportunity. As good defending, getting back as well, but Ansbro coming out of the defense. It's a player who's really stepped up for the Courage this season. In fact, she's been moved up to train at the 16-17s on multiple occasions. One of the benefits of the Development Academy. So it's an in-swinger from the far side, and coming out and pushing it away is the keeper. Still danger on here. The shot tracked down, and it will be the 2nd corner kick of the game for the Courage. So great job by Kaylin Fabry to come out and punch that away. Put it back into the danger area, but still enough blue jerseys in the mix to make sure that the shot couldn't get through, but it will be the second corner kick of the game for NC. Kaylin Fabry has started every game in goal for Oakwood, 19th start of the season. Head coach Chris Mogavero saying she's gotten better with every game as well. Has to deal with another corner kick. This one played to the top of the box. Once again, the shot off target. However, the ball remains with the Courage. Played back across. It's still something might be on here. And these wet conditions are tough to play in. But still the Courage. All one-way traffic so far inside the first 5 minutes. And here comes the Raleigh side again. This one played in low, and Fabry bravely off her line to make the save. Great work from the Lisbon, Connecticut native. Fabry read this so well. It was another good run down that side and a great ball into the corridor of uncertainty. But Fabry quickly off her line to quell the danger. And now Oakwood looking to spring their first attack, but this ball will come back to Mackenzie Smith. Good footwork from the goalkeeper. That right there is why keepers need to be proficient with their feet. And she's able to get it forward. And unable to keep that in was Sarah Arnold on the far side, so it'll be an Oakwood throw-in. Oakwood comes in third place in the Northeast Division with a record of 10-6-2, have scored 41 goals in their 18 games. And they're currently occupying the 20th seed for the playoffs. North Carolina Courage also in a playoff position, as they are fourth in the Southeast Division, 13-5-3. Have scored a whopping 56 goals. And they are the first wild card seed in the playoffs. This is a Courage side that has a very high-octane offense, have won games by 8-0, 7-0, and 2 games ago an 11-1 win over the IMG Academy. Mackenzie Geigel with 4 goals in that game. Macy Bader, who starts on the bench, had 2 goals in that game, and Braylon Francher had 2 goals as well, the number 10 for the NC Courage. There's a foul, and it will be a stern talking to. You can see flying in just a bit late was Kate Rodelli. And this is Logan Jacobs over the ball. Jacobs in 0-4 playing up for this showcase. Floats it to the top of the box where it's cleared away. Still might be something on here for Oakwood. Roman with the shot, but it's straight at a well-positioned Mackenzie Smith. First chance of the game for Oakwood. Great job to press up high by Oakwood, win that ball in a dangerous position, and it required just one pass to get into a shooting position. Roman coming forward, very strong player defensively, but she showed there her offensive prowess. It's a great job to step in. Just 2 touches before she took that shot. Didn't even need a pass. It's the Courage attacking again. And flying back on the far side is Menudis. She's beaten to it, however. Oh, Menudis slips and the space is opened up. Top of the box looking for Rodelli. She's dispossessed. And here comes Oakwood. Connecticut side looking to get numbers into the attack. And trying to chase it is J.C. Boudet. But this ball will be played back to Smith by O'Malley. She'll spray it out to the far side, and the Courage look to build out of the back. Heavy challenge, but a fair one, says the referee, and play goes on. Oh, the number 17, Rodelli for the Courage, one to watch. Head coach David Matarin saying of her, she's a player that we really rely on. Said, if she plays well, we play well. She is so crucial at plugging the gaps, breaking up plays on defense as that destroyer in midfield, but also very good at linking to the attack. And here she is on the ball. And there you see her distribution beautifully out to the far side. Played into the center, it skips through. And great job by the center defense of Oakwood not to allow that turn there by Mackenzie Geigel. Geigel has 5 goals in her last 2 games, including that 4-goal game against IMG. Also had a goal in the 3-0 win against the West Florida Flames. Geigel started the season playing as a number 10. David Madarin moved her to the number 9 position, and she has 13 goals in 10 games playing as the number 9 for the NC Courage. So strong down the middle. Another player that has been very big for them is Michaela Virgin. Virgin, another player who moved positions and has really been flourishing. She started out wide for NC and has moved inside. And head coach David Madarin said that at the beginning she started on the fringes of the squad, but since moving into her central position, she is now one of the first 2 to 3 names on the team sheet every single time. And of course, one of the benefits for the Courage is that they do have that NWSL team at the top of their pyramid. A lot of the 19s have moved up and trained with the first team, but also a lot of the first team players, when they're coming back from injury or they're getting ready for the preseason, will come and train with these academy teams. So these girls get to see what it's like to be a professional, how you have to train, and the mentality that you have to have. And Madarin said one thing he loves is that oftentimes the pro players will stay and talk to these girls about what it takes to become pro. So they really have that to shoot for. And every single player in the NC Courage Academy has season tickets to those games. One of the best teams in NWSL to watch for sure. Both of these teams went 2-1 in the Winter Showcase down in Florida in December. Oakwood missing Molly Monzeglio, who's out with concussion symptoms, as well as Victoria Violet, who just had surgery to repair a torn labrum in her hip. So we wish both of them a speedy recovery.
Yeah, it keeps losing focus a little bit.
Arnold does well to spin back with it and gets it off to her center back. Coming forward is Salas. Out wide for O'Malley. Loves to get forward. Cuts inside. There's space at the top of the box for Virgin. Great tracking back by Roman. Still anyone's ball in midfield, and the Courage overtake. Courage have spent the last 3 weeks of their cycle before the last week leading into the showcase working on their defensive positioning and defensive shape. However, this last week in building up, they've worked on playing through the lines. So their first practice was working on building out of the back, and then the next 3 practices were dedicated through playing through each of the lines, defense, midfield, and up to the forwards. So defense and attack well covered by David Madron. Comes from good soccer stock, as his dad was a player and then the coach at Middlesbrough in England. Team that spent many years in the Premier League. As this one will go out for a goal kick in the 12th minute. Still 0-0 between Oakwood and the North Carolina Courage. Battle between the North and Southeast divisions. And good high press. It was Izzy Lasardi applying the pressure, and she forces a throw in deep in Oakwood's end, which O'Malley wins. O'Malley able to muscle off Boudet, trying to get around Jacobs, and the 0-4 does well. It's at the expense of the 3rd corner kick of the game for the Courage. Oh, you can see why she's playing up, Jacobs. Out of Avon Middle School in Avon, Connecticut. Scouting report on her is that she's a good tackler, and you can see why as Rodelli coming over to take the corner. But just look at how Jacobs stays with her, uses her shoulders well, keeps that arm down, and makes the tackles. It's dangerous in the box, and it's cleared off the line. Pumped right back into the mix. And strong defending, 4th corner kick of the game for the Courage. It may seem panic at times, but they do such a good job of crowding around in the box. This Oakwood defense is coming over to make that play was Kendall Prince. And that is why you have a player stationed on the post during corner kicks. However, 4 corner kicks inside the first 13 minutes and a great block from Kendall Prince. Prince, a player that head coach Chris Mogavero said is turning into a real leader for this side. When she gets the ball, she's very good at passing out of the back, but she has a corner kick to defend here. And has played short. Top of the box, Shot unable to score through that massive blue bodies in the box. Sent back in by Lasardis and promptly cleared back the other way. Salas is giving the angle and she'll get it. Great first touch into the direction she wants to go, and she'll switch it to the far side. O'Malley marauding forward once again, but slips on this slick surface, and it'll be a throw-in for Oakwood in the 14th minute. Still 0-0, but chances at both ends. So this is the first of 8 games that will be streamed on ussoccerda.com. We will stay at the U-15 level, as coming your way at 11 o'clock Eastern Time will be Cincinnati Development Academy against the LA Galaxy San Diego. So this one guided back to Smith. Played into midfield. And will roll out of bounds. Chance for Oakwood to get numbers forward. Oakwood, a possession-based side, loves to attack as much as possible. Chris Mogavero likes to give his players the ability to be as creative as they can, get in one-on-one situations and take players on, but they're being hassled and hounded here. As Lasardi and Virgin conspire to win it back for the Courage. Salas gets it over to Ansbro. Ansbro guides it out wide. And getting back on the far side is Taylor Aducci. Stabs it out of bounds, and will be another thrown for the Courage. Good patient play from the Courage. Near side of Malley. Was looking for the early service. It's well blocked by J.C. Boudet. And strong defending from Manning. Fabry quickly to the top of her box. Great distribution in the middle for Roman. Little touch out wide, continues her run. And was almost played through, just a bit too far. This will come all the way to the top of the box for Mackenzie Smith. Getting her 13th start of the season. And Smith quickly out wide. Here's the Courage looking for solutions to build out of the back. And this one comes through for Prince. Into the midfield.
Duarte also has a jacket. You can have this if you want there, Duarte.
Good high pressure, but in the end it's going to be a foul. So Michaela Virgin whistled for the foul. Another player who's played up with the 16-17s. You can see her stepping in just a second too late. Stellar one-on-one defending from O'Malley. Lasardi. That skips beyond Virgin. O'Malley's continued her run. Boudet able to track back. O'Malley beats her to it, but a heavy touch will go all the way through for Fabry, who elects to keep this in. She'll pick it up and come to the top of her box. Great job by Fabry. You could see she wanted the quick distribution, but had the peace of mind to realize that if it was not on, just hold it, wait for something to open up. Good recognition from the keeper. And in the end, it leads to a throw-in for Oakwood. To be taken by Ella Manning out of South Windsor High School. Estia Sarin up top for Roman. Skips by one, can't get by the second. And good smart play from Sarah Arnold in that number 6 position for the Courage. And this is Rodelli dictating the pace and the rhythm of the game for the Courage. A great job by Oakwood to get players behind the ball and force it back. Great organization from both of these teams on the defensive side. And providing real challenges for these players to have to figure out how do you break through that. And they almost did there. Another mistouch from O'Malley as it rolls out of bounds. This just one of over 80 games being played today in the showcase. Started yesterday, goes all the way through to Tuesday as every team has 3 games. Virgin tried to slide it inside. Was well dealt with by Logan Jacobs. Manning looking inside for Astia Sarin. One back by the Courage. Floated it over to Lasardi. Lasardi cuts inside onto the right foot. Was looking to curl it to the far upper corner and wasn't too far off. Great job by Lasardi to step in, win that ball back, and then one touch to set herself up, and it was the right idea, just got under it a bit. Still an excellent effort from Izzy Lasardi out of Willow Spring, North Carolina. It'll be another goal kick for Fabry. This one skips by Lasardi, allowing Boudet to overtake. Manning was dispossessed, but it's cleared away by Jacobs. Rodelli, so smart with the ball, always makes the right option. A good lead pass on the far side. It's opened up the space for the run, trying to find Virgin inside. Almost got on the end of it. And hooked clear by Oakwood.
I'm right here in front of you.
Good shielding by Salas. Gets it over for Ansbro. And skidded in, but it's easy for Fabry in the end. Fabry to the top of her box this time. We'll wait for numbers to get forward, and then she'll roll it into midfield. Rodelli, quick pass in. And the shot coming in, Fabry gets down well. Both of these teams looking to counter at every opportunity. Doing such a good job to get forward in as few passes as possible. And that little touch just to get it out from underneath her, and a good shot in, but Fabry's positioning has been excellent in these first 21 minutes. And we remain at 0-0. This is Manning for Oakwood. Constantino. Mogavero very high on Constantino for the way she has learned to play that number 6 role. Has done an excellent job of learning how to plug the gaps on the defensive end. As Manning steps in. Salas. Making her 20th appearance of the season, Hallie Salas. And coming forward is Sarah Arnold. Lasardi comes inside to win it back. She has a crack from distance. Fabry makes another save. Quickly rolls it out, loves to distribute it, doesn't want to just boot it downfield. Have to love that about Fabry. Arnold battling for it, and she'll win it for the Courage. Just requiring a bit more movement off the ball. The space has opened up on the far side. Played in for Geigel. And Geigel looking for her 6th goal in the last 3 games, but she loses out. Some of the fans wanted a call. Referee Lauren Dearman disagreed. This time she'll go to the whistle, and it'll be a free kick for the Courage. As Boudet the guilty party. And I think the referee got that right. Geigel slipped before there was any contact, if there was any contact. But it will be a free kick a bit further back in the 24th minute. O'Malley able to win it off Boudet. Boudet coming off a game-winning performance in a 2-1 win over PDA. Boudet scoring the game-winning goal in the 53rd minute to snap what was a 2-game losing and 2-game goalless streak. And she'll have to get back on the defensive end. Sarah Arnold standing over it. The Raleigh native teases it into the mix, looking toward that back corner, bypasses everyone. You can see what she was trying to do, trying to place that ball right on the corner of the 6. Floats over, and it will be a goal kick for Kaylin Fabry. Fabry out of the Norwich Free Academy. And once again, Oakwood looking to build out of the back. The high press paying off for Rodelli and company. Rodelli wants to have a go right at Fabry. You can say these shots are right at the keeper, but you could also say that Fabry's positioning has been excellent. This time does go for the drop punt. Astia Saren able to get it back to Manning. Little touch on. Prince steps out of the back. Prince coming in for high page from Chris Mogavero. Said every day she's becoming more and more of a leader. Slid into the channel, looking for the run of Boudet. And Salas will use her safety valve and Smith. Smith, beautiful ball out. O'Malley unable to control it. Manning overtakes. Tried to slide it inside. Well read by Salas. Rodelli looking to spring the attack. Good turn from Hellenkamp. Scored in the last game, a 3-0 win against the West Florida Flames. 2 beautiful moves in midfield from Michaela Virgin. Great passing within that little triangle right in the center midfield. And now looking for the ball over the top of the defense is Rodelli, and it will lead to the 5th corner kick of the game for the Courage. Rodelli, another one of those players who's been moved up to train with the 16-17s on occasion for the NC Courage. As I mentioned, 56 goals through their first 21 games, including victories by 7-0, 8-0, and 11-1. This is a team that scores at will when given the opportunity. As this ball floated in, was looking for the flick on. Cleared out only as far as the top of the box. Oakwood not out of danger yet, skips through, and finally Manning gets it forward. Shaping out wide is Lasardi. Trying to pump one in, looking for the run of Virgin. Lasardi almost got it back, cleared away from her. This one skips by Arnold. A great use of the body and shielding to win that ball back for Oakwood. And now off to the races is Farina. A good shielding from Ansbro. Got in a mix-up with her keeper, though, and this one will go out for the first corner kick of the game for Oakwood. Just a bit of miscommunication between Smith and Ansbro. As Ansbro, I think, was shielding that for her keeper and then realized the ball wasn't getting there quick enough. At the end, slid all the way through. Ansbro tracked it well, though. This will be an outswinger from the near side. Boudet stands over most of the set pieces for Oakwood. It's a good ball in. Well, you can see why she takes the majority of set pieces for Oakwood. And Mackenzie Smith to take the goal kick. As we are whistling toward the half-hour mark in Greensboro. Good job to settle by Shea O'Malley. Well positioned, stooping header clear from Manning. Unable to turn is Boudet. And Salas will get it off to her central back partner. Ansbro will take her space. Still being offered a chance to go forward. Now we'll get it off out wide. That's a good run by Catherine Gallagher. Pushes it up the flank. And good defending on the far side by Kate Menudis. Chris Mogavero saying of the number 26, you know, we try and get players as much playing time as possible, but Kate Menudis has become very hard to take off. Mogavero, a physical education teacher as well as a coach for Oakwood. Played 10 years in the USL with the Western Mass Pioneers. He's also in the top 5 in all-time scoring at the University of Albany, Mogavero. So great example for these girls to learn from as O'Malley flies forward. You can see the idea. She tried to slide the ball through, but the forward was making the run ahead instead of coming back to the ball. All good in the end, though, from a Courage perspective as they win it back. Lasardi tried to keep it on the ground. Manning gets it back to Jacobs. Jacobs steps inside a challenge. Forward for Astia Sarin. Salas. Arnold. Hellenkamp checked into the middle, had Rodelli a bit further forward. Do a good job of creating these triangles, the North Carolina Courage. On the half-hour mark in Greensboro, 0-0 between Oakwood Soccer Club and the North Carolina Courage in our first showcase game here at the 2018 Girls Development Academy Spring Showcase. This the first of 8 telecasts we will bring for you, or I should say streaming cast. All games can be found on USSoccerDevelopmentAcademy.com, USSoccerDA.com. Coming up next, we have at 11 o'clock, Cincinnati Development Academy taking on LA Galaxy San Diego. And one of the things that multiple coaches have told me they love about the showcase is the chance to play teams from all across the country, see different styles, and have their girls come up against a new way of playing, have new problems, and have to figure out how to solve them. David Maturin saying of his Courage side, said, we're not the biggest, we're not the most physical. We like to dominate by being on the ball. So it's great when we play teams that are very physical because we have to find out new ways to win the game. And now that these girls have moved from free subbing to the 3 situations for subbing here in the Development Academy, they also can't come off, get a coaching tip from their coach, and then re-enter the game. So they have to figure it out for themselves. Problem solving, such an important part here in the Development Academy, and a problem here for the Oakwood defense, but they solve it. Lasardi, Virgin, Rodelli, bit heavy touch, and it's won back by Farina. Roman gets it off, and Aducci will lay it back. This is Boudet. She's dispossessed. Lasardi looking to change the point of attack. One back, but the ball goes right back to Salas. Good pass into the interior. Lasardi has time to pick up her head. Finds her outside back in O'Malley. That's a good ball in. Oh, and all it required was a flick on. But instead it's Oakwood to try and get out of the back. That high press pays off, though, for the Courage. 33rd minute. And one back by Astia Sarin. Farina. Had it poked away from her. Boudet tried to play it over the top, but the run wasn't made. Good idea from Boudet. Just requires Roman to see that ahead of time. Ansbro will get it off to Salas. Hallie Salas. Boudet defended well. And a chance to counter for Oakwood. And Astia Sarin, just a missed touch, otherwise she might have been off in space. It will be a throw-in for Oakwood on the far side. Zero-zero rarity for these teams. Courage have only been shut out 4 times this season. Oakwood kept off the board only 3 times. However, the Courage defense has given up just 25 goals in 21 games. They're looking for their 10th clean sheet of the season. 34th minute. The NC Courage in white, looking to go forward against Oakwood Soccer Club in blue.
Yeah.
And it will be a throw-in for Oakwood on the far side.
Oh, it's mine.
This will be taken by Catherine Gallagher.
But this new North place today, if you want it, though. Lots of it.
Beg your pardon, Menudis on the far side.
Weird, because there's a big hole in it.
Salas. O'Malley. And the space is open up here for Astia Sarin. Able to get off for Farina. Astia Sarin's continue to run. If Farina can find her, Farina goes for glory.
Sorry.
And it's well over in the end. Astia Sarin wanted that return ball. And Farina did have the shooting lane. It's a great pass. And then Astia Sarin, look at her continue her run. And Farina, though, said, you know what, I have the space. And like all good forwards, she had a crack. In the end, the shot always rising. Farina with 9 goals on the season. Tucked inside, heavy challenge. Free kick to the Courage in the 36th minute. Sarah Arnold to take. Another player who was already in the CASL system as they switched over to the NC Courage. And she floats this one deep, and it's a good chance. Just over the bar. Excellently weighted ball coming in from Sarah Arnold. And Geigel almost got her 6th goal in 3 games. Would have been her 15th of the season. Great look from Geigel. It is so hard to get a ball over your shoulder, turn, and direct that goalwards, and she very nearly did that. An excellently weighted ball, deep enough to cause trouble, but not too deep that the keeper could get to it. And I'll tell you what, that would have been a spectacular goal from Mackenzie Geigel. This one falls to O'Malley. Good shielding from Shea O'Malley. Lissardi comes back to help her. She gets it off to Salas. And they'll look to go the other way. Ansbro steps inside and finds Arnold. Good link-up play from Arnold. Arnold playing as that number 6. It allows Rodelli to get a bit further forward to dictate the attack. So Arnold starting as that primary link. And then Rodelli looking for that killer ball in the midfield for the Courage. Here's Rodelli asking for it back, but it's played behind her. She has to make the recovery run, gets there before Farina. And the Courage will hit the reset button through Smith. Out to Ansbro. Love how right away when the ball goes back to the keeper, the fullbacks go up high, and so the center backs spread out wide to take their positions. And it spreads the field and allows Arnold to come back into the center to receive the ball like that. Excellent coaching from David Maturin for his NC Courage side. Maturin moved over after 3 seasons on the boys' side for the Courage. Said, you know, working with these girls has made me a better coach. This is a great little drop of the shoulder to create space for herself from Manning. But it's Salas who overtakes. Forward for Hellenkamp, unable to bring it down. Roman will lay it off. Out wide for Menudis. Menudis out of Glastonbury High School. Has to recover here. Great job to match the runner step for step.
I think the whistle's from behind us.
Menudis with a smart ball out wide.
So there's like a
39th minute. Chances at both ends. Perhaps a chance on the counter here for Oakwood. Boudet does a good job to stay inside. Has the space. Plays it across. And a great job by Ansbro to get to the spot and snuff out the danger. And now the Courage could go the other way.
Oh, okay.
One back in midfield by Costantino.
Jump on Kyle for that?
Forward for Farina, just a bit too far ahead of her.
Okay, I got you. So just zoom out a little bit maybe. Okay.
Heavy challenge, and the free kick will go the way of Oakwood. And Dearman will have a talk with Geigel. Well, they wanted to play it quickly, Oakwood. The referee pulls it back and allows us to see the replay, and that leg sweeping in from behind from Geigel. You can see why Lauren Dearman wanted to have a chat from her. Good refereeing, though, by Lauren Dearman out of Western New York. No reason to give Geigel a card there, just a stern talking to. So that's a great ball into the channel for Boudet in a foot race with O'Malley. Boudet holds up, slides it inside a bit too far for Farina. Great job by Farina to stay with it and not allow the clearance. So instead of the ball going into midfield, it's going to be a throw-in deep in the Courage's end. Chance for Oakwood to get up and lock in here as we head toward halftime. No stoppage time needed here in the first half as it's 0-0 between the Oakwood Soccer Club and the North Carolina Courage here at the U-15 level. We are going to take a short break, but we'll be back with you for the second half from Greensboro, North Carolina. 40 minutes down, 40 minutes to go in the DA as we take a look at the first half highlights. And the Courage came flying out of the gates. Good ball in, but Fabry quickly off her line. However, coming the other way was Roman. And a good shot, but right at the keeper. And that is why you always put someone on the back post. And challenges have been flying in. These girls go in 100%. And this will be a fun second half, as it's been a very exciting first 40 minutes, despite the fact that we're at 0-0. Farina perhaps could have played this one across, but instead went for it. If she had gotten it on target, it could have caused some problems for Smith. Oakwood has had their chances. They've looked to hit more in the break, but that's as the Courage have done such a good job of getting numbers forward. Another thing I think the Courage have done really well, which David Maturin talked about before the game, is when they lose the ball, they look to not only press teams, as everyone talks about, but they look to press them into areas where they'll be most efficient in winning it back, and the Courage have done a good job of that through the first 40 minutes. Well, at least by our understanding, no changes were signaled from the fourth official at halftime. So it should be the same 22 players. As this back pass, a bit precarious, but Fabry able to clear it. That's a good clearance as well, as it comes all the way back to Salas. So both teams have 3 subs here in the academy. A big change for most of these girls. Used to coming out, able to get a breather and re-enter. A lot of coaches have talked about these players having to learn how when they hit a wall in a game, playing through it, getting to the other side, and getting back to their top form all within a 10 to 15 minute period. Something they didn't necessarily have to deal with before the academy. So this one won back by Gallagher. Hellenkamp plays it forward. Geigel looking to run. Leaves it off for Michaela Virgin. Virgin gets it out wide for Hellenkamp. Hellenkamp scoring the last game against the West Florida Flames. 8 goals scored in the last 2 games by this North Carolina Courage side. We'll face the San Jose Earthquakes on Monday and then finish their showcase against the Dallas Texans on Tuesday. Oakwood on Monday will play the team that we're going to see next in LA Galaxy San Diego. As they will face off against the Cincinnati Development Academy. That one coming up here on ussoccerda.com at 11 o'clock. But for now, it's a goal kick for Fabry. 43rd minute, still 0-0. Courage are pushing. Played in the box looking for Geigel, able to get her head on it. Fabry did well as that ball skipping off the ground, always a danger. Very assured keeper though, Fabry. Has been invited to the National Training Center. In trouble here! Off the crossbar. Courage winning the ball high up the field and Geigel almost taking full advantage. Crossbar denying her of her 15th goal of the season. And I'll tell you what, it's a goal kick, but Fabry might have gotten a touch on it. If she did, that's a tremendous save. One back by Hellenkamp. Gallagher makes the overlapping run. It allows Virgin to cut inside. Geigel was looking for Gallagher. Virgin wins it back. Geigel finds the space. Fabry had to apply gloves. Another good chance for Geigel at the top of the box. And Fabry likes that drop kick. It goes all the way through. Looking for the run of Maddie Carroll. So that is a substitution. As Maddie Carroll, an 0-4 playing up for this showcase, has come in at halftime. Hard to see from our position if substitutes are being signaled. So we will get that information to you as it trickles up to us. And Maddie Carroll is in for Oakwood. And looking to play her through was Astia Sarin. Gallagher gets it back to Smith, who did well to show. Misplayed it, but did just enough. And it's stabbed out wide to Sarah Arnold. Arnold looking for the return ball. Just a bit too much mustard on that one. It goes out for an Oakwood throw-in. 46th minute. 40-minute halves here at the U-15 level. So we will play to 80 plus whatever stoppage time referee Lauren Dearman out of Western New York deems necessary. Well, for these referees, it's an honor to be invited to these showcases, as they are watched every game and given assessments on every single game that they do, and the best ones are picked to come to these showcases. So it's just rewards for their hard work. And Lauren Dearman has done an excellent job in the center today, flanked by Bennett Savage on this near side and Ishan Bariki on the far side. And Alfredo Sandoval out of Cal South is the fourth official. He's the one who gets to stay under the tent and remain dry. Rain has subsided a bit here, though, in Greensboro. Just leaves that slick surface, and a lot of shots have bounced in on Fabry, but she's done well to play the ball off those skids. Oakwood keeper, a big reason why it's still 0-0. But it's Maddie Carroll looking to go the other way. Flying in to get to it is Astia Sarin, and well-bodied off the ball by Catherine Gallagher. The Apex, North Carolina native gets it off. Rodelli able to skip by Boudet and tried to play it through, but well-stationed was Manning on the far side. Inside for Astia Sarin. Oakwood's creator looking to pull the strings at the top of the box. Out wide for Carroll. Carroll turns inside, and it's touched away, but it's been a good entrance from Maddie Carroll out of St. James Middle School. 14 games played and 7 goals for the 04s. Very crafty player, especially when she gets the ball at the top of the box. You can see why Maddie Carroll has been invited to the national training centers. And stepping in to make sure no such thing as a counterattack is Kendall Prince. Good ball back from Michaela Virgin. Salas gets it out wide. O'Malley has shown her ability to get forward, and that play was well read. Farina was looking for the run from Carroll, but she made it a bit too late. Now Smith taking her time. Pick it up. Gallagher, another adventurous run from the outside back, and she wins a throw-in for the Courage. And Courage have had some chances here in the second half. Both of them fell to Geigel. One was well saved by Fabry, another off the crossbar. Ansbro getting forward. Geigel had it stabbed away from her. Oakwood looking to go the other way. Carroll's onside. And coming across to intervene. That was a great play in that midfield from Sarah Arnold. Virgin chasing and getting there first is Prince. Prince reads the game so well, and you could see that there. Took the right angle to get to the ball first. It wasn't a matter of speed, it was a matter of her positioning. Stoppage in play while Virgin ties her shoe. Shoes are tied, we're ready to go again. Virgin gets it out wide, and the offside flag goes up. First offside call of the game. A dangerous ball in again. Fabry smashes it clear only as far as Gallagher. Coming back to win it is Boudet. And unable to keep it in was Maddie Carroll. This is Hellenkamp. Gago playing as that target lady. A good job to hold up that ball and win the free kick for the Courage. Gallagher was ghosting forward, but it's headed away. Oh, and a nice move to set up some space, and that one flashed across goal from Hellenkamp. It'll be a goal kick for Kayleen Fabry. 51st minute, still 0-0 between Oakwood Soccer Club and the North Carolina Courage. The Raleigh side starting the second half much like the first, doing the majority of the attacking. This Oakwood defense, though, remaining resolute. And they're winning those balls sent into the box. Big reason why this game is still 0-0. And Farina could counter. Little touch off for Estia Sarin. And that's a good ball into the gap. Chasing it down is Boudet on the far side. Has two in the middle, but intervening is Smith. Cross just too close to the keeper in the end. Great buildup, though, from Oakwood on the counter. Boudet did well to get to it. Picks her head up. Just didn't cut it back far enough, and Smith in a good place to make that save. Had Carroll and Farina, though, charging toward the goal. As we're going to have a free kick. Menuda standing over it. Was looking for Carroll. Well shielded by Cosentino. Space for Estia Sarin. She looked to have a shot. That one was blocked. Falls back for Carroll. Carroll weaves in between two. Carroll opens the scoring for Oakwood. A gorgeous individual effort. And Maddie Carroll playing up has a goal. Great job by Farina to win that back, and sumptuous skill from Carroll. Picks up her head, and such a composed finish as she slots it by Smith. Joy unconfined for the side from Glastonbury, Connecticut. Take a bow, Maddie Carroll. Making Chris Mogavero looking great with that halftime substitution. 1-0 Oakwood. Have to give a lot of credit to Delaney Farina there, winning that ball back in the box. And against the run of play, it's Oakwood who leads. They're on the back foot here. Fabry, she bobbles it. And the flag goes up, so it's going to be offside. So that was a great first touch inside from Hellenkamp. Looked to play it across. And then the offside occurred right there. Believe, unless it was a foul, because it didn't look to be offside to me. So I think the assistant referee putting his flag up for a foul rather than an offside. Good communication between the assistant referee and the center referee. Well, what will the response be from the Courage? They've created the majority of the chances, but they find themselves trailing 1-0 to a special goal from Maddie Carroll. Maddie Carroll unofficially in the 52nd minute. The goal scorer is on the ball, bumped off it by Gallagher. Menudis heads it inside. Cosentino leaves it off for Estia Sarin. Carroll. Farina has the assist on Carroll's goal. Inside for Astia Saren. Thought about teeing it up, instead plays it out wide. And Boudet wants that one back. So we're going to have a substitution here. Believe it's going to be a double substitution for the Courage. Coming off is Kate Rodelli. And checking in is Braylon Francher. Also coming in is Macy Bader. So Bader and Francher on for the Courage. Francher, making her 23rd appearance of the season, has 5 goals, including 2 goals in that 11-1 win over IMG Academy 2 games ago, as did Bader. So firepower being brought on by Maturin here. And it's their first chance to get forward. Good patient hold-up play as that back pass allows more people to get into the box. It's played deep. Fabry missed it and cleared off the line. Second off-the-line clearance today from Oakwood. Ansbro. Salas. Hellenkamp looking to get on the end of the loose ball. Cosentino wins the battle. One back by Virgin. Skips by one, can't get by the second. Hellenkamp overtakes. And Virgin loses out as Carroll coming all the way back to make the tackle. And she wins the free kick as Virgin bundles into her. Taking a look at that opportunity, skying for that ball was Fabry, but under the challenge from Geigel, she missed it. And a great job of getting behind the keeper when she comes out and supporting her on the line from the center back. And now it's Oakwood's turn to make a substitution. So coming out is JC Boudet, and checking in for her is Bailey Eyre. Eyre out of Andover, Connecticut, makes her 13th appearance of the season. Wants to be a veterinarian. Farina wanted it at the top of the box and said this one skipped across the face of goal. But a good opportunity right away. And it was Eyre almost making an immediate impact. Had just one thing in her mind. Might want to see her pick her head up there and find Farina at the top of the box. But once again, you love that mentality from forwards. Want to shoot on sight. So many times you watch teams who are always looking for that perfect layup, and oftentimes a little bit frustrating. So even though you want to find that right pass, you do like players who will pull the trigger. And it wasn't the worst idea from Eyre. She'd gotten that on goal. It could have been trouble for Mackenzie Smith. But a great job to get into the game right away from Bailey Eyre. This one back to Mackenzie Smith. Ansbro was able to break through the pressure from Farina and Carroll. Hellenkamp. Arnold has done a great job as that link between defense and midfield. Bader. Pass picked off by Eyre. Heavy touch, gifts it back to the Courage. Virgin turns well. Arnold. And Gallagher was streaming down this near side. She wanted it. She'll get it at the second time of asking. Gallagher looking to take on all comers. Hellenkamp on the overlap. And getting over to not allow the cross is Kendall Prince, but it's at the expense of the sixth corner kick of the game for the Courage. Surprisingly, Just their first of the second half. That's a great job from Menudis to come over and not allow the cross. This one will be an in-swinger from the near side. That's a good ball in. Body's flying in the box. And the ball will skip all the way through. Just past the hour mark in Greensboro, North Carolina. 1-0 Oakwood Soccer Club leads the Courage. Looking for the equalizers. We're inside the final 20 minutes of this first of 8 showcase games here on USSoccerDA.com. And now more substitutions coming. It's I believe, Ella Manning whose number's up. So Manning is off, and on comes Jessica Rodriguez on her 15th birthday. Happy birthday to Rodriguez. On the other side, a change is made. As it's Mackenzie Lipscomb who comes on for her 15th appearance of the season. Lipscomb, 7 goals in 14 games. And the third substitution made as well as Lauren Harris will check in. So Harris coming in at center back, replacing Hallie Salas. Salas, a very strong game along that back line. First touch for Lauren Harris. Raleigh native gets it out wide. Harris has now appeared in 21 games this season.
Good job. Yeah, just encourages. Will be good.
Roman with the clearance. She has quietly had a very strong game. Rachel Roman has done all the little things right that you might not notice. I definitely might not notice. But yet, they're all the crucial little things that help a team win, that help drive a team forward. Oakwood has done an excellent job to keep their shape as the Courage have come after them in wave after wave of attack today, yet they have the 1-0 lead through Maddie Carroll in the 52nd minute. Farina did so well after they lost the ball to win it back within 6 seconds in the box. Laid it off for Carroll, and Carroll, with some nifty footworks, got by 2 defenders and slotted it beyond the unrushing Mackenzie Smith. And that is where we stand. 63rd minute of 80. Courage pushing for an equalizer. And out of bounds it goes. Goal kick for Kaylin Fabry. Good look at the substitute, Mackenzie Lipscomb, out of Wake Forest, North Carolina.
Yeah, my parents said they could hear it in their commentary. Yeah, my parents said that's all you could hear for about 15 minutes.
Lipscomb able to get around Menudis. Lipscomb, good ball into the box. No takers at the back post.
Cross. There you go.
Excellent reading of the game there from the newly entered center back, Lauren Harris. So many players would have looked to play it back to the keeper, but the forward was taking a run at the keeper, expecting that ball, and she hooked it into Ansbro, and it's opened up the space for Lipscomb. Coming in is Rodriguez. And the birthday girl wins it back for Oakwood. Still under pressure, though, Rodriguez. And it will go out of bounds for a goal kick. Good use of the shoulder for Rodriguez. And then steps in to win it back. Rodriguez, left-footed player, loves to get forward. Have the feeling, though, with Oakwood pressing for an equalizer, she's going to do more defending than attacking here in this final 15-plus minutes. Tigerish work from Mansbro, but it will go out for a throw-in for Oakwood. Both of these teams will have a day off tomorrow before coming back to play in the showcase. Farina, unable to get around Ansbro. Gets back to her keeper. Hooks it into midfield. Beautiful touchdown for Virgin. Overran it, but able to get it back. Leaves it off for Lauren Harris. Arnold wants it in the middle. Harris brings it forward. Checking in is Macy Bader. Apex, North Carolina native gets it back. It'll be a throw-in on the far side for Oakwood. Oakwood currently the 20th seed for the playoffs. Go back to league play in the Northeast Division on April 15th against Long Island Soccer Club. Next 3 league games will be at home for them. Before that, still 2 more games in North Carolina against the LA Galaxy San Diego and Crossfire Premier out of Washington. But for now, trying to close this one out, as Fabry has to deal with another ball skipping off the turf. And she's done so well all game dealing with those long shots. So this time it was Arnold who pulled the trigger. Carroll chasing. Smith pumps it forward. Space on the wing. 3 players making their way inside the box. This one looking for the upper corner. Wasn't far off. Both teams making another substitution, their final substitutions. As Hallie Arostegi checks in. And coming in as well as Amy Nunez Molina. Score of the 3rd and final goal in the last game, a 3-0 win over the West Florida Flames. Nunez Molina. And on the other side, substitution made for Oakwood. It's Mason Massaro coming in for her 14th appearance of the season. Massaro, just like Maddie Carroll, playing up from the 04s. Sees the game really well. Has a strong shot, too. And slipping at the most crucial moment, so it's a goal kick. Unlucky there. It was a good job to find space on the flank, and this turf is very, very slick. The grass, I should say, from the rain that we've had here in North Carolina. Raining all morning. Rodriguez, good battle with Lipscomb. This one skips by Arnold. It's Lauren Harris. Battling with Massaro. Over for Ansbro. 69th minute of play, 1-0 Oakwood leaves. Courage looking to fashion an equalizer. And Rodriguez saw that pass well and stepped into the lane. Lipscomb and Rodriguez going after it. Good clean challenge from both players leaning in. The header off the crossbar again. 2nd time today that Geigel has been denied by the woodwork. And Oakwood breathes a sigh of relief, although they have a free kick they have to deal with here. Geigel did so well to step inside her defender. It was a good ball served in from Lipscomb. Geigel, well, you can't place it any better than that. First time, really, that the Courage have won a ball played into the box, and you almost saw the end result. Lipscomb looking to wreak havoc down the near side once again. Rodriguez policing her and not allowing a good cross in. And one of the things both these coaches talked about was the depth they feel their squad has. Both coaches saying something similar to me this week along the lines of, you know, we don't have one or two standout players. Everybody steps up on different days. Everybody very, very solid. And even more so, we have great depth. And I think you've seen that here from the first 11 to the last subs to come off the bench. Both teams have made all their subs, and you haven't seen a drop-off in the level. As we're inside the final 10 minutes from Greensboro, North Carolina. Lipscomb has been heavily involved since coming in. Lipscomb unable to get around Prince this time around. And it will be a goal kick for Kaylin Fabry. Cincinnati Development Academy players have entered the stadium. They'll be up next at 11 o'clock here on USSoccerDA.com, facing off against the LA Galaxy San Diego in a Midwest versus West Coast battle. But for now, just a little under 9 minutes for the Courage to try and find an equalizer against what has been a very solid Oakwood defense, looking for their 5th shutout of the season. Smith.
Is that a shutout?
Oakwood with the 1-0 lead. North Carolina has been denied twice by the crossbar. Goggle will hate that crossbar. Fabry will love it. Smith sends it forward. Great job to make sure that ball didn't skip over her. And now it's Air battling for it. Air forcing the turnover. Assisterian. Reverse ball to Air. Has 3 players lining up across the 6. And it's played behind them. Still a chance might be on. Assisterian almost got on the end of it. Now it's an opportunity for the Courage to go the other way. Lipscomb on the overlap. Air able to get it into the midfield. This one will skip all the way through. Smith well outside her box. Sends it back the other way. This one too far for Lipscomb. Sarah Arnold. Mackenzie Lipscomb. Miss-hit that. It's a great job to win that ball back by Arrow Steggy. Keep it in the deep end, but Oakwood finally able to get it out. 3-on-3 going the other way if Carroll can hurry. Carroll able to get around one. Has us the steering on the far side if she can find her. Almost picked out Massaro. Great backtracking by the Courage defense. And safety first from Prince as she smashes it downfield. Loose ball falls to Air. Skips by one. Looking to get around a second. Does it through a combination. It's Air. And it's a great save from Mackenzie Smith to keep it at 1-0. Second corner kick of the game for Oakwood. But Air, such a great job. Looked like she was about to try and cut it back. Instead, placed the quick 1-2. And in the end, tried to deceive the keeper at her near post. But Smith able to get a foot on it. Good reactions from her. Stays on her line on defending this corner. And it's cleared away. Good work on the defensive end from Amy Nunez Molina. Slid inside, looking for the run of Mason Massaro. Instead, it's the Courage. Tremendous tackle. Oakwood through us to Sterin. Looking for a little bit of space at the top of the box. Pokes it out wide. Air setting herself up for the shot. Just dropping too late. Oh, they're so dangerous on the counter, Oakwood. It's Astia Sarin pulling the strings in midfield as the creator. And then Air has been a really impactful substitute for Chris Mogavero's side. Her and Maddie Carroll have made tremendous contributions since coming in. Maddie Carroll coming in at the beginning of the second half and scoring 12 minutes later in the game's lone goal. Inside the final 5 minutes. Courage have been unfortunate not to find the equalizer. Mackenzie Goggle, in a quest for her 15th goal, has hit the crossbar twice. Have to give credit to this Oakwood defense, though. Can they hang on for what would be their 5th clean sheet of the season? It'd be well-deserved for Kaylin Fabry for the way she's played. As Rodriguez holding on to it, was almost punished. Left back for Air. Cuts inside of Ansbro. Slots it in. Astia Sarin! Another great save from Smith. Coming out, cutting down the angle. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's also played goalie in ice hockey as well. 2 kick saves. And how big they've turned out to be, especially if the Courage can grab an equalizer. Well, it's fouled for Lipscomb. Couldn't keep her shot down. So that ball slid through. Assia Starin pulling the strings all game. Had a chance to take one herself, but couldn't pick out the far post. Thanks to the quick wits of Mackenzie Smith coming off her line and reading it perfectly. Great goalkeeping from both players, at both ends, I should say, today. Smith and Fabry have been tremendous. They're a big reason why it's only 1-0. Final 2+ minutes. The first of 8 showcase games being streamed on USSoccerDA.com. It'll be cleared away. It's all hands on deck defensively now for Oakwood. I believe this time it is going to be an offside. Bennett Savage had his flag up. Traveled from Arizona for this showcase, the assistant referee. No good. We'll just look to get this ball as far away from their goal as possible. Astia Sarin. Won back by Arostegi. Beautiful one-touch passing to open up the early crossing opportunity for Lipscomb. Still might work out here for the Courage, as that shot will come all the way through. Fabry taking all 6 seconds.
I don't have it.
Air wins the throw-in. Final minute of the 80. Oh, nicely left on by Massaro, but she doesn't get to it. Allowed Arnold to fling it into the box, but it was cleared away by Kate Minutis. The board is up, and there will be 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the 80. 2 minutes for Oakwood to try and hang on for a victory in the opening day of the showcase for these two teams. Maddie Carroll with the game's only goal in the 52nd minute, but still time for a late goal here. Oh, and it skips just past Lipscomb. Oakwood escape once again. So that one almost fell kindly for Lipscomb, and have to feel if the surface was drier, she might have had an opportunity. And Fabry smartly taking this ball across the box, just to waste a little bit more time in a manner that's deemed sporting enough by the referee. Certainly within her rights to do that, and she smartly does. Smith hits off of air. Lipscomb, she's been impressive, barging down this right-hand side, but so has Rodriguez in defending her. Arostegi. Lipscomb. Arostegi looking into the middle. Massaro. Air on the overlap. Well defended by Haley Arostegi. Smith has to get it forward. I'll be looking for the flick on off the long ball. And it's fallen kindly. Played out wide for Lipscomb. Poked away by Rodriguez. Lipscomb gets on the end of it. Stellar one-on-one defending by Jessica Rodriguez. And anywhere will do as the birthday girl just clears it to safety. Still defending to be done deep in their own end, though. Throw in for Sarah Arnold. Is there to be late drama in Greensboro? Drilled across. Cleared out. Only as far as Ansbro. Center back plays it right into the danger area. And Oakwood holding firm once again and holding on for the victory. 1-0 over the North Carolina Courage. And all the plaudits going to that girl right there, Maddie Carroll, with a sensational solo goal in the 52nd minute. But in truth, it was a real team victory for Oakwood, holding resolute against this high-scoring Courage defense to get their 5th clean sheet of the season. Great sportsmanship being displayed here from an NC Courage side that should be very proud of themselves despite the loss. Unlucky not to get on the board themselves as they hit the crossbar twice. But in the end, it's Oakwood who got the game's lone goal as they run out 1-0 winners. Still plenty more to come here on USSoccerDA.com. Is coming up at 11 o'clock. It's Cincinnati Development Academy taking on LA Galaxy San Diego. But for now, I'm Mark Serber saying goodbye from Greensboro, where it finishes Oakwood Soccer Club 1, the North Carolina Courage 0.